time.
So guys, I was actually talking mad shit last night before I got off. Not really mad shit. I just got off the stream, was like, hey guys, I'm gonna go watch Patriots whoop that ass. I'll be back in an hour and a half, 2 hours. And man, first quarter went by, I was like, oh god. Second quarter, third quarter, whenever they got up 28-3, I was like, Jesus, what am I going to say to the guys whenever I come back on my stream? People are gonna be ragging the dog shit out of me. And then Tom heard me, I guess. I don't know what he heard. He heard something, an angel spoke to him. The fucking man went off, dude. So guys, before we get started on the video, let's hit our featured subscriber, man, Bob Ross, dude. And I'm laughing at the fact that his name is Bob Ross 2.0. My favorite trials map is whatever. I'm just trying to go flawless. Every map presents a new challenge for me to face. Man, Bob, I like your style, dude. I like the fact that you got one Bob Ross there with the halo over his head. That's fucking sweet. And also the fact that you like every map, man. You like all the different challenges they pose. Me myself, I do have favorites. I find Burning Shine to be probably my favorite map because it is an OG map, and it's just one that always brings a lot of nostalgia. No matter what the case may be, I always hop on for Burning Shine. With that being said, guys, if you want to be a featured subscriber, all you have to do is like this video, of course subscribe, and comment down below your favorite Super Bowl of all time. I feel like it might be last night, but out of all of them, what your favorite Super Bowl is. Me being a Saints fan, I mean, of course I'm gonna probably go with Saints still, but last night was absolutely epic is the word for it. And it's not Destiny related, but I would definitely like to know your favorite Super Bowl of all time. With that being said, guys, let's talk about today's video, which is all about Sunbreakers. So I'm sure some of my experienced Sunbreakers out there would probably agree with me on this, that Sunbreakers definitely can be one of the most rewarding subclasses in the game, especially in something like sixes, man. You could go off on an entire team, dude. And I'm talking about just massive cleanup, going there and just put the wood on everyone. At the same time, high reward, also high risk. The thing about Sunbreakers, man, it's oftentimes easy to evade a Sunbreaker, whether it's Sun Charge or even the hammers. A lot of times, man, because the hammers themselves, it's not a clear-cut throw when you throw it. For the longest time, especially when you start messing around with hammers, because people like to jump and move around on you and blink and shade step and bullshit. The thing about hammers is they arch. When you throw them, you gotta understand that arch, and so you gotta take those things into account. And when you're in a heat of a moment, all you probably think about is spamming. The beautiful thing about a stormcallers just have to be somewhat in a general location, especially if they're rocking something like electrostatic mine, and they can just chain lightning to all the different various enemies. Sunbreaker, on the other hand, especially if a team knows how to play a Sunbreaker, anytime I ever see someone pop hammers around me, I immediately step back, man. I just step back, I start hopping in the air, and I just sit there and keep primarying. Even if I'm not doing that much damage, I will sit there and just keep primarying him, and eventually, especially if a good team shot's going on, and especially if he misses 1 or 2 hammers, you got him. He's done for. And so again, Sunbreakers can be very rewarding, but it also can be very risky, especially against the right teams. Now let me go over exactly what I like to use on mine. I of course rock incendiary grenades. I used to run stickies. Stickies are definitely good, but I've been rocking out incendiary grenades for a while now, and so that's kind of what I've been rolling with. Increased control as always, guys. You really want to maximize your potential to skate. I also run a 7-8-1 build, which is 7 armor, 8 recovery, and 1 agility. I highly suggest rocking that same similar build if you're planning on skating a bunch. Sun Charge. Now this is something that I used to never rock. I started to rock Sun Charge more or less because I want to use Sunbreakers more in sweats. I want to use Sunbreaker more in Trials of Osiris. And Sun Charge does such a good job of shutting down other roaming supers. The problem with Sun Charge is, yes, a lot of people complain that its target acquisition is OP, but me myself, after using Sun Charge extensively, I can tell you right now, it misses the most insane open enemies. I have no idea. Sometimes when I Sun Charge, I'm like, where are you going? I'm pointing in the direction of where I'm supposed to Sun Charge, yet it goes right through them or right past them or right around them, and it'll just outright miss, especially if an enemy is jumping or hopping just a little bit. A hunter is the worst with bones, man. they are by far the worst to deal with whenever you're trying to rock Sun Charge. I highly suggest in those situations, slow down. Literally, get eyes on the enemy. Even if he's shooting the piss out of you, get eyes on the enemy and just hit his ass with a hammer. Stroke the Forge, of course, man, or Stoke the Forge. I highly suggest rocking that out, man. Stoke the Forge is always what you want to rock with. It's just too good. It reduces your Sunstrike cooldown. You know, getting that killing blow with Sunstrike instantly recharges it. And so that's something that comes in really, really handy. Now, even though I'm rocking Sun Charge, I do still rock Flame Seeker, where your hammer or soul will alter its flight path to seek out your enemies. Now, Flame Seeker does help, guys. It really does. Again, the main thing that works against hammers is how big the arch gets over a period of distance. And again, all that comes down to how experienced you are with throwing your hammers, you know. And, you know, sometimes you're going to get in a situation where a hammer would be the best thing to do, the best thing to throw. And then sometimes you get in a situation where Sun Charge would be. The only time I really, and you see me Sun Charging a bunch, and that's me just kind of like practicing. But the main reason why I even ever use Sun Charge is specifically for shutting down other roaming supers. That's the main thing. Bubbles is when I like to go in there and Sun Charge the piss out of everyone. And then, of course, guys, Cauterize. Cauterize enemies brought down by your fire, regenerate your health. Now, Cauterize is really good. Not as great as it used to be because there is a little small period of cooldown, but it is really good. That's the reason why so many people like to rock stickies, because you get in a situation where you're up close to an enemy, you land a stick, you twilight away, he dies from your stick, and then it just instantly heals you. I will say that is definitely a strategy that I myself used a bunch. I know a lot of people use. I just don't like to rock stickies anymore. Well, guys, that is my Sunbreaker loadout. I was getting a lot of questions for that, and I really like that I was getting questions. I like the fact that people are curious about the Sunbreaker class. I think that swapping things up, changing things up, man, and completely jumping on a whole new class is very refreshing here in Destiny, and it really, I don't know, it really revived things for me. So if you're thinking about swapping, guys, by all means, go ahead and jump on board. As always, fellas, thank you so much for coming and watching, guys, and I'll catch y'all later. Slap that like button like your mama told you right.